Mm-hmm. 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 Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day.
Would you just take ecstasy?
Yes. Yeah, I try to pop one ecstasy before each show.
Like that.
Because if not, I feel like I'm just kind of melancholy.
Yeah. Yeah. I like to get hard. I take a Viagra halfway through these kind of things.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Big fan of Viagra, very effective drug.
Have you ever had it?
Yeah. Yeah, actually, I just did a video for TikTok for Valentine's Day, telling people that they should do it, even if they don't need it.
What about hymns? Have you had that?
Same deal.
So the last time
It's all this. They all work.
So this is a true story.
Especially if you don't need it.
The last time well, not the last time. The maybe third to last time I had a hymns was about 6 months ago. It was also the first time I had mushrooms.
Really?
Same back to back.
The hymns work,
One of my best friends, it was at our draft party. He brought 2 handles of 2 different liquors, enough hymns for everybody, and a ton of fucking mushrooms.
Was there pussy there?
No.
Yeah, the dick pills is kind of a crazy
No
move.
girls.
No.
We were hard and high and fucking tripping our asses off.
Interesting.
One buddy brought a bunch of weed. Everyone had liquor, mushrooms, and Viagra. 4 drugs at the same time.
Yeah, that's interesting. I don't usually think of erectile dysfunction pills when I think of drugs, like party drugs.
It doesn't make any sense. I gotta admit, though, it was cool.
Yeah, it sounds cool. I mean, what's also interesting about them is they don't just make you hard immediately. Like sometimes people think that if you just take them, that you'll just be hard.
No, it gives you like an adrenaline rush, like your blood, like it races your heart a little bit, like your blood gets hot.
Well, originally
but
it
your
was
dick gets hard.
Originally it was that could be on the infomercial or the pharmaceutical. Your blood gets hot, but your dick gets hard. We were talking about doing the fake
Goldschlager.
What was it? It's gone. It was in my head, and now it's just gone.
Well, hey, that's the slogan for hymns.
It was in my head, and now it's just gone.
Right.
But it's a blood medicine. It originally was for your heart. Viagra, they made it for like a blood medicine. So I actually was introduced to it by I was doing steroids. I was doing testosterone, and the guy I would get steroids from back in the day, he told me that he takes it for a pump, like for to be vascular. So I'm like, and by the way, this guy he sells steroids.
I think boxers take it too.
Really? So I mean, it makes sense. It's just when he told me he's a gigantic man, right? And I'm like, this giant. He's on like 5 different kinds of steroids, and then is just like hard as a rock at all times. I'm like, this is such a dangerous unit. I'm like, God damn. I'm like, you're probably putting in work, huh? He's like, I got some references. That's what he said. Because I had to address it. I'm just like, you're walking around, because he does a liquid that is Viagra and Cialis mixed. Actually, it's like he gets it from whatever same European company he's buying the testosterone from. So you get a fucking bottle. I used to call it dick juice, and it'll last you a year.
So this guy, and you say he's built as shit, right?
Oh my God, he's humongous.
So he can spatchcock you and then cock spatch you at the same time.
Exactly.
Fucking impressive.
Did we go over spatchcocking last time?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it's a little bit of a weird obsession. I can't
I
get over the fucking word.
Yeah, spatchcock. I've actually seen it now that you've said it, which is interesting because sometimes how you don't see a car and then you can buy the car and you'll start to see it.
Yeah.
Everywhere I look, spatchcock.
Everywhere.
Yeah. So you were learning Duolingo? You were doing it?
Yeah, I was doing Duolingo. I was talking to a girl who was from another country. And what I didn't realize was Duolingo, it was kind of working. It gives you credit for like every day that you log in and do 15 minutes, you get like a credit.
Yeah, it gamifies it.
Yeah, it turns it into, Candy Crush. So you want to get
which is smart.
You want to get
which is smart.
Yeah,
it really is.
And effective.
Yes.
But then I found out after a while that I was learning the dialect of Mexico City, not from the country that.
Oh, that's another thing. There's 400 different Spanishes.
Right. So, yeah. But then when someone told me that, I was like, oh, so that's why that she's giggling. So then I went and looked.
That's why
and,
she's laughing at me every time I
if you
talk to her.
buy where that person's from, that's how the app makes the money.
Hmm.
It'll teach you how to speak Spanish.
Oh, interesting. To
But-
buy the specific dialect,
right.
you have to pay.
But if someone's from like El Salvador or Guatemala or wherever, you can change what you're learning, but it costs $2.99 a
That's
month.
clever.
or
The old
whatever.
bait and switch. So they really did gamify it.
Right.
Pay to play, just like every other fucking
Yes.
game.
Yeah.
It's
so
funny
you
because
can-
Duolingo you can do for 6 months, and you'll be like, I basically speak Spanish.
Right.
And then you talk to one Spanish person and realize you haven't learned a fucking thing.
Yeah, that's what was happening.
Dude,
I got like 3 weeks into it, and I was like, "Oh, so they got me."
Yeah.
Well, they didn't get me because I didn't put any money up, but they got me because I was wasting my time.
Yeah. You realize
Not
it's-
wasting my time. She
No, it's better
appreciated
than
that-
not doing it.
Yeah, it still teaches you something you didn't know, but
Yeah.
it's not specific to what you needed it to be, and you
Yeah.
don't know that until you figure it
There's
out.
something hot about an accent, man.
Oh yeah.
What's your favorite accent?
Honestly, like Pittsburgh. It's like, I'm
Ooh.
kidding, dude. Fucking
Boston.
Pittsburgh.
That's my least
Give
favorite.
it to me
Dude,
harder.
Boston,
Give it to me
Baltimore,
harder.
Philly, they're all terrible. They're all terrible.
I like the Baltimore, but
I mean, well, we're biased, but
I'm 1,000% biased.
right.
That is not because it's beautiful.
That's what I'm saying.
yes,
okay.
I just
as
know
long
it-
as we're aware of that.
I just know it's home.
Yeah, it's fucked. But honestly, that's the thing as far as accents. I like a Hispanic accent. I mean, it could be a Russian accent. It can be a fucking Uruguayan accent. It can be any accent, really.
Not Australian. That one's also.
Oh,
annoying.
Australian.
Very
The
annoying.
dirty talk with an Australian person's got to be crazy.
British, I don't like.
Really?
Yes,
Why?
I just think it sounds.
Which one?
Pompous.
Though? You know, is it the well-to-do
The-
British
yeah,
I
'cause
think
accent?
boys
like-
and girls
Yeah.
sound the same in British accent.
My word. I
you
say.
you sound like a girl, and I can see that
course.
you're a guy.
Right.
Put your
That
belly in
fuck-
my
I don't like
buttocks.
that.
Yeah, in my fanny. Put it in my fanny.
Jesus Christ,
or how
dude.
about spunk?
Okay.
Let me see that spunk.
Spunk for me.
You're
That's fair.
supposed to say something way dirtier, and that sounds fucking like. And then I go soft,
I
you know, and then he leaves.
I was out of the country one time for somebody's wedding, and I met a lady out there, and we ended up hooking up, and she is from Mexico, so she has
Mhm.
this. We weren't in Mexico, but she was also at the resort. But she has this accent that's super heavy, and while we're having sex, it's the first time I had met her, so it's like we're having a one night stand basically, and she's like in my ear in her accent, dude. She's like, "You just met me. Fuck me like you are not knowing me." Like she was like this.
Oh,
Dude,
damn.
it was broken English, right? But it was so hot to me. She was trying to.
Damn.
Yeah, dude. It was. I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh, it was like this bitch has done this before. Like to even know to say some shit like that. She was like in my ear with her accent.
The only English she knows.
Yeah. Fuck me like you are not knowing me. I'm like, all right. So the
Break
option,
me,
really.
break me.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Very hot. Very hot on the hot scale.
Australian's kind of hot if she's pretty.
The accent though is rough. I feel
Yeah,
like you
It is
said.
rough,
The
like, 'cause-
accent's
yeah.
rough.
I could go for Ireland or like maybe Scottish, depending.
Did you
Scottish-
come?
No,
Nar?
not Scottish.
Scottish.
Irish, yeah. Scottish is too brute.
It can be, yeah.
It's too tough.
It definitely can be,
then
you're
goes
right.
back to what I said. It's like I don't want you to sound like your husband.
Sure.
I want you to sound like a girl.
Russian's cool because it's
Irish
like,
is softer though. I like
Russian
I
is
like the Irish.
Russian's cool because it's hot, but it's also like cold.
Russian,
it's also like in a way
Russian's
that's like
sexy.
stoic. It just in its language
but-
itself, it's like this bitch might kill me.
Yeah, but almost like the shadow of an Irish of a Russian woman is almost like she's supposed to be this like sexy girl. So while she talks, it comes off sexier.
Mm.
I think that accent is fun. It's actually probably Russian accent's my favorite.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, I like it.
I remember going to Ocean City and they would have a lot of Russian and Ukrainian workers for
Yeah.
the summer.
I
And would
lived
fall
in
love-
Ocean-
I would fall in love with them every summer.
I lived in Ocean City, so I met all. So for no, I never even found out why, but Russia and Ireland send all of their teenagers to Ocean City, Maryland, in the summertime.
It's crazy to say out
It's
loud,
weird.
bro.
It's fucking weird.
What the fuck?
I got there in April to start working, and I was living with Mark and Moose and another guy.
Shout out Mark and Moose.
Shout out Mark and Moose.
You know the vibes.
So-
Figure it out.
We were living there, and when I started, it was like, all right, it's just some whiteys from all around, whatever. The moment, like before Memorial Day, was this flood of Russians and Irish people, and I was like, what's going on? They're like, oh, we're a part of this school college
there was
program.
some type of a program set
Yeah.
up there.
And I was like, okay, that's cool. And next thing I
Ocean
know,
City, Maryland.
it's just nothing but, Russian and
Yeah.
Irish people, partying with us, having a good time. It was so much fun. And they were all extremely fucking cool. All of them. But I mean, they had wide eyes because they're new.
'Cause they had seen their family burn
Right.
to death.
Yeah.
or
I mean, it was the
something.
first time they ever saw, what it was like to have that kind of experience. But shit, so was I.
Yeah.
So we're all having a new experience together.
Yeah.
And then they took that shit home.
How old were you when you lived down there?
It was 2004. So 1 year after I graduated. So
Man,
I
that's
was
a
about
perfect
19.
Wow. That's the perfect time.
Mark was 19.
That's the only good time to be living
Moose
down
was
there.
22, and the other guy was 21.
Mm.
But we were worried we'd be handicapped by the fact that we couldn't go out with them. But what we found out is when you live in Ocean City, when you have a place in Ocean City, nobody actually that lives there. The only people that really go out are people vacationing. If you live in Ocean City, it's a fucking house party. Everyone's house partying. You don't know that. When you're walking, like, if you go to Ocean Pines, which you wouldn't go to Ocean Pines if you're vacationing. So let me bring it back to where we lived. We lived on 94th Street. If you were to walk down our street and you see all these parties going on, you're like, wow, like we're all the ones that live there. You're going to Cancun or Harper's Ferry because you don't have anywhere else to go, so that's where you go party. Or Bull on the Beach, which is one of my favorite bars, shout out, 94th Street. But when you would come to our house, it was all the people that lived in. I worked at the Carousel. Moose worked at BJ's. Our roommate worked at someplace, I can't remember, down on like 2nd Street. But long story short, it's all the people from those places that live there collaborating, meeting us at our spot, having a fucking wild party.
Yeah, it's like a whole different vibe for the locals versus the people not local.
House partying was the most fun I ever had at a place where you're supposed to go out. Kind of.
House parties are pretty sick. Did you ever throw one at your parents' house when they left?
I threw Jeffapalooza in 2000 and
How did I know?
Jeffapalooza was 2007.
So what you're in high school? You're out of high school?
Yeah,
What
I
is
graduated in 03, so this is 07.
this? Okay, I'm not good
But
at math.
No, this was 06. I threw Jeffapalooza. We made flyers. Passed them the fuck
That's
out.
beautiful.
Yeah, Mark actually was the architect on that.
So your parents were what, going out of town for the weekend?
They took my parents and my brothers went out of town for the
Okay,
weekend.
that's what I was going to ask. So your brothers as well. So
Yeah.
you had the house to yourself.
Yes, and I threw a motherfucking bash.
How'd that turn out?
Almost completely great.
Almost completely.
One incident. There was two. One was cool, one wasn't. So some of the furniture from the outdoor patio got put in the fire pit that I had lit, which pissed me off, and they ran away. They were people that were with people that came, but everyone else had a great time. But there must have been a butt fucking because I definitely found traces of ass all over.
I mean, would it have been a Jeffapalooza?
All over my bed, and I didn't do anything to anybody.
If there was no sodomy, would it really have been a Jeffapalooza, you know?
Right? Yeah, but it was
does track.
Jeffapalooza. In fact, I know he has it saved. I can send you a copy of the flyer. It was awesome. I can't remember what we worded it as, but it was fucking
Do
hysterical.
you have a picture of it?
I don't, but he does.
Okay, that's it.
I could probably get it during
yeah,
this
that'd
thing.
be pretty sick. Did you ever throw one when your parents left?
Almost sure, certainly. I don't.
Yeah.
I can't think at the time I've done it, but
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, any chance that they would be gone for an extended period of time,
Yep.
like, of course.
I gotta ask him.
I would take pictures of everything prior, to try to return everything to its natural
Yeah,
homeostasis. And I just remember being so hyper vigilant about no one getting even close to my parents' room, you know?
So yeah, that was always off limits.
Yeah.
Like my mother had jewelry. Like you don't go in my parents' fucking room.
Yeah.
That's the rule. You can go in my room and do whatever you want. But the way the house. I've asked you this before. You went to the house in Puffincourt, right?
And what? It sounds like a fucking Harry Potter house.
Down Long Point Road. Did you ever go to my
No,
brother,
mm-mm.
our house? So it was a split level. It looks just like all the 60s, 70s passing homes, but with an extension. So it's split level. As soon as you walk in, you either go down or you go up. The whole party was down. You could go up. That's where the kitchen, the access to the the deck, living room. I didn't care where anyone went. Just don't go into the bedrooms.
Yeah.
Except mine. You can go in mine, but just do your thing and get the hell out. I'll spray
Thanks for the fuck
Febreze.
shack, Dirty Mike and the boys.
Dirty Mike and the boys. Yeah.
Stop
Right.
leaving
They
your
finally
traces
got
of
me.
ass everywhere, though.
Yeah,
I'll spray Febreze. I don't give a fuck. But don't go in anyone else's bedroom. But yeah, there was a butt fucking.
Yeah, dude, I remember house parties being a thing where like people would just roll up to house parties that they weren't invited to and shit. Remember, it was a wild.
That
west when
happened
you
to
were-
me a few times, and it always was nasty.
Yeah, it's weird.
It never works out well. The people that show up that weren't invited are never nice people.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Like they're never like the life of the party
Right.
just no call, no showed, and then rolled in.
Yeah.
They're always the people that act like they want to fight. They're not talking to anyone, and they're hostile. They're acting like you did something wrong to them. Fuck you.
They'll write on the walls. They piss in the closet. Yeah, I know these people.
Yeah.
I wasn't one of these people. I knew them. I was friends with some of them. They weren't good. They
Yeah.
weren't good people.
No, I mean I did some knucklehead things when I was a kid, but it's just interesting to look back on too, because I did some shit that it's like just shit for no reason, you know. Not that I was one of those knuckleheads, but like I just remember, when you're young, people do dumb ass shit.
Well, you're supposed to.
Yeah, I guess you got to get it out of your system, huh?
Well, you got to learn. You don't know what you don't know. Like if you go to someone's house and you're like, I think it'll be hilarious if I take the Sharpie and sign my name on their family fucking portrait. 20 years later, you're going to feel terrible about that, but you didn't that night.
Yeah.
Even though you're not friends with them anymore
Mm-hmm.
because their parents came home and said, you don't talk to that motherfucker ever again.
Yeah.
Everyone does that. It's okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a learning experience.
Yeah.
But because you know that if you become a parent, it's like when it happens, you have to go, I did it. So I'm going to be pissed, teach them a lesson, but not hold it over their head forever. At least that's how I think.
I remember this one time we were at this my family's 4th of July party. It was like extended family, big old 4th of July party, indoor pool, blah 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 blah. I forget how old I am. I'm guessing between 10 and 13. And I'm with a few other buddies around that age, cousins, friends, and for literally no reason, we find a bicycle out front, which is some kid who's just come there. We don't know who it is. We take it and just, I don't even know how it started or why, but someone just started fucking this bike up. So then it became like, let's destroy this bike. So all of us are seeing through the absolute destruction of this bike for literally no reason. And then, his parents see the bike and flip the fuck out, dude. Everyone's parents are then out and flipping the fuck out. No one's trying to cop to it. It was just like, I'll never forget it. I felt so bad.
I know what you mean. I was at a party once where a guy was so trashed, he went and took the license plates off of the drivers of people at the party. He took the license plates.
What in the world?
Just so that they would drive off drunk.
With no license? That's terrible.
Jesus Christ.
That's fucking terrible.
That's diabolical.
He was sick. I mean, if you couldn't try and get your buddy in trouble doing that, then there is nothing else you could do. Anyway,
Was
I
that
saw it. It happened. He was a fuck.
Did you see the Gabby Petito documentary?
No.
Do you know Gabby Petito?
No.
She was the girl in the van doing the van life thing, and then her fiance killed her. Remember?
No.
A few years back? No, nothing. Yeah, no, forget it then. God damn it.
No, wait, hold on. Is she fat?
No.
No.
She hot?
Yeah.
A little.
she cute.
She was
Tell
a
me
little
about
it. Oh, she was hot?
Yeah,
tell
well,
me more.
yeah, tell me more.
So basically, I mean, she wasn't very hot. She was very, she was just a petite blonde, skinny and blonde, right?
Yeah, keep going.
Yeah. Slow down a bit. Basically, they were doing this van life vlog. Her and her fiance left off to do this vlog. Quit their jobs to travel across country vlog. You know the vibes, right? The influencer vibes. He ends up killing her.
How'd he kill her?
I think he strangled her. It's funny. I just watched the doc and I couldn't even tell you because I was
Yeah, it was
focused on.
strangled.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. So basically, a week or so prior, or a little bit before he killed her, there was an incident where someone called the police for domestic violence or whatever. And they were fighting each other. It was this incredibly like toxic attachment. Because even when the police showed up and she's like, I was hitting him, you know, I was the aggressor kind of. And they just go to split him up. And even when they say we're going to split you up, she starts like freaking out and crying. Because, you know, like just for the night, we're going to take him to a hotel. And she's like, no, I need him. It's just like terrible. Terribly sad. But I will say that there's something about like, they show a lot of the outtakes of these vlogs because it's not just one take, right? That's all you see on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
But they show a lot of like the outtakes, and it's like you just see him slowly starting to break in the background. You know what I mean? It'll be the 37th time. She's like, okay, so here we are, and then here's Brian. And then he's got to be like, you know what I mean? They're forcing this smile every time, and then she'll just be like, nah, it didn't do it. And you'll just see him like start to fucking.
Like soulless.
Yes, you start. Yes,
he's an avatar.
Yeah, it starts to get fucking weird. Anyways, he ends up killing her, going on the run. He ends up killing himself, all this stuff. But after he kills her, his funny stuff, right? We just like the lighthearted subjects around here.
Yeah, no shit.
After he kills her, his parents help him basically, and she goes missing. Is what happens, right? She goes missing. He comes back home. The police and her family's looking for her, so the police are looking for him, and they go to his parents' house, and he's inside, and the parents are like, yeah, you gotta have to talk to our lawyer. And they don't have enough to arrest him yet because they haven't found her body.
Mm-hmm.
So
the van is in the driveway.
The van's in the driveway, but he said he flew home. So it ain't adding up. So they take the van. As they're doing their investigation, he somehow gets able to leave. They're not watching him. So he leaves, takes his parents' car, takes their car, and then goes and kills himself, basically, right? And then people want the parents locked up. Now, let me just ask you, would your parents help you?
So I love where this ended because in the middle of what you were saying, I was about to ask you how you felt about the parents being in aid. I have an answer, but
well, you go, because people hear me enough.
So there's two kinds of justice. There's civil justice and frontier justice.
Vigilante justice. Yeah,
I believe in frontier justice.
Oh, for real?
100%.
Oh.
Now that would be the parents are not liable. They're not. If I were to do something horrible like that, I would deserve what comes to me. Don't get me wrong. I'm not justifying horrible act. But my parents they're your original homies. They're supposed to be. They're your OGs. If your mom and dad fucking give you up for anything, then they let you down. Your parents are never going to not get your back if they're your parents. I'm not saying that justifies them. They're in the wrong. But you have to be in the wrong to be in the right.
So here's
that aspect.
Here's the thing, right? Right and wrong is too binary.
My mom would never in a billion years say, he killed 3 people. You've got evidence. Show me. Yep, he did. He ain't here.
Yeah, so I called my mom.
And I'm upstairs.
I called Sheila to ask her, you know? I'm like, Mom, I'm going to ask you a hypothetical, and I promise you it's a hypothetical.
Yeah, you probably had to double down on that.
I was like, Mom, I swear to you this is a hypothetical, and let me ask it. She like paused. She's like, okay. And she was nervous, you know? And I'm like, if I killed somebody, right? And the police were looking for me.
She's probably fucking. Her heart's
well, that's why I
doing
told her
this.
ahead of time. That's why I told her ahead of time. But I'm like,
her fucking spoon of oatmeal is fucking shaking.
And I said like, would you turn me in? And she's like, no, without any hesitation. She was like, no.
That's a mom.
And I'm like, oh my god,
That's
it made my heart feel so
That's
good.
A mom.
Honestly, though, she could fold under their pressure, you know. But I'm just saying, at least she said it. And then I called my sister. I'm like, do you think Mom would turn me in? And without any hesitation, she's like, no. And I'm like, fuck yeah. But basically, that's how I feel. Look, Brian Landry's parents, he called them and they immediately sent $25,000 to a lawyer. You don't do that unless you know something.
Yeah.
So they don't have proof that they knew. They just said he said she went missing. He don't know. So they don't have proof that they knew, right? So that's how they didn't get charged.
If it's not pro bono, it's yeah.
That's how but that's how they didn't have actual proof. It was all circumstantial. But the way I look at it, bro, I'm gonna sound cold. She's already dead. It's not like they could have helped. Like, now listen, if she was like tied up and could have been saved, and then the parents keep their mouth shut, that to me is different. The fact that she's already dead, It's not like, and another thing, if the kid was like, I'm going to continue killing, something's wrong with me, I'm a psychopath, I want to kill, like this kid snapped, right? It's not justifiable, right? Fuck him forever. He murdered someone. How dare him, especially a woman. But it's just like, he's not like, if you're murdering and eating kids, like if my mom calls me in, then I get that, right? Like, I don't see her sitting by idly while I'm like continuously doing that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
But if the crime's been done, that's the whole thing about, this is going to sound crazy too, but when you get charged with the desecration of a corpse, I watch a lot of murder docs, and they'll be like, you know, once they get them to fess up to it or they get them caught or whatever, and they switch from nice cop to bad cop, they'll be like, and you just cut her up like she was a piece of meat or whatever. And it's like, she was dead. It's just like, I know it's gross or whatever, but it's like, she's already gone. Or what they do is sometimes like somebody will kill her, like she'll kill her husband, right? And then her husband she'll put him in the freezer. And they'll be like, you just put his body in this freezer rather than putting him to rest. It's like, he's dead. Like, it's disgusting to cut them up and all that, and that's a different level of compartmentalization that if you're able to even do that.
Well, the punishment isn't about what you're now doing. It's about what's wrong with your brain. You have to get rid of people whose brains are malfunctioned.
Yeah, but they're not doing that.
No, they're not.
They're trying to just
pedophiles
punish.
Go to jail.
Right.
They should. So, this isn't a fact. And I've never fact checked it, but I'm told
there's an island
that
for them. I think they can just get sent to the island.
Russia, or was it Germany? It's somewhere west, somewhere close to Asia. You have a choice when you're incarcerated for rape or pedophilia or something. Some of this is right. Maybe I'm making it all up.
That's fine. That's what we do.
But it's something I promise I've read, is that you can either be what's it called when
gay,
your penis is knocked off?
A eunuch?
No,
castrated.
Castrated. You can either be castrated or do life.
Yes, that is a thing.
But
people chemically
so you
castrate.
can go back out into the right. So you either choose, you keep your penis, or you can go back out in public. But you can't be trusted with both.
You know what's interesting? I wonder if that is as effective as we think it will be.
Because the problem
because it's not all here.
It's the brain.
If you're into fucking the pedophilia,
so now you're just killing kids instead of fucking them.
Right, or maybe you're just torturing them to who knows? That's the thing. It's like that gets and an interesting thought, and we've talked about it before, is pedophile sympathy, right? The idea of it, in the sense that if I was that exact person,
they have a retardation.
Yeah, something's wrong. There's something. Same with Jeffrey Dahmer or whatever.
They still have to go.
I get it.
They can't.
No. Agreed. That's what I'm saying. There's a difference.
But I agree. It's not a decision.
It's not like
it's not a decision.
Yes.
It's not like I'm sitting there at a red light going.
Well, it is a decision. It is a decision, but their brain is making it for them. It's like it's the same way I'm attracted to women. I just so happen to be.
Yeah.
You know. Some of them have dicks, so what, right? But my point is, I'm not attracted to kids. I didn't pick that. If I just didn't choose it. I'm just saying. If I was, I'd obviously probably take that to my grave. But it's like, I'm just not. I don't think that like you said, it's not a choice. I think that you can't pick your attractions. People who like sucking on toes, I don't know that they picked that. You know what I mean? I think that, and so in that sense.
Wait, do you like sucking on toes?
I don't. So I'm not. I give or take. Take it or leave it. Like, if I'm having sex where I'm standing up and they're laying down and their feet are up here and I'm already in the, maybe.
Oh, you're making love.
Oh, dude, I'm fucking.
Oh, this just changed. All right, forget pedophilia. Let's get into this.
Me making love?
You making love.
Same subject.
Got him.
Thought we were doing a subject change, my boy. Yeah, no, I'll be out there fucking. Yeah, no, it's not just, it's lovemaking, you know? It's divine.
Shit.
It's divine,
I'm doing it
brother.
wrong.
Yeah.
I look at her toes and I'm like, whatever. Maybe. Yeah, so what I should be doing? I should be sucking?
I mean, I don't know. Again, it's not like a go-to for me. I don't even have any kinks. What's interesting is, like, when I talk to people about that, because I'm a very sexual person. Everyone knows this, right? Yeah. It's like, but not in a way that I have any specific fetish. Right? Because I've been on some dating sites that are fetish specific, and people are like, so what's your thing? And I'm like, fucking? I don't know. I'm just like, there's a certain presence I am seeking, right? During sex. Like, I'm seeking this.
Yeah, but you still have your kinks. I mean, what do you like?
I mean, I guess, but not anything really specific, right? Like, I really enjoy seeing a woman own her sexuality, you know, like be a real slut, you know.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, like in a way that is like uninhibited, you know, and unapologetic. I like anal sex because
Yeah.
it's naughty. Like I can say objectively, I think my penis in a vagina feels better than my penis in an ass every time. But there's something dirty about it being in your ass. It's like, oh, you dirty bitch. In the best way, you know. It's like this is
No,
wrong. This is
I
like
get,
taboo.
I get that 100%.
There's this weird like depravity to it, you know.
Yeah, I mean traditional is boring, right?
Yeah. Well, they can
No,
be.
it can be. I shouldn't have said boring.
Yeah.
But I definitely need one of us or both of us to have something that's a little different.
Yeah.
Just to show that it's not a casual experience.
Right. And I'll say that too. Like, I think that the term casual sex does a disservice to people like me who are open sexually or not exclusive, because casual implies the term of surface, the surface level quality.
Sure.
But like, I only mean casual in the sense that there's no commitment. I don't want it to be casual. Like, casual is fine, but like I was just saying when you were like, oh, damn, you're making love. I don't call it that, but I do prefer the intimacy. I prefer being really in that moment. So like, when I'm talking about casual sex, I don't mean like, yeah, let's just, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. I'm a lover, so I want to do it.
Yeah, but you can only give that to I'm not speaking for you. I'm speaking for me. You only give that to very, very, very few people. To me, it's like, if it's sex, it's hard sex. Like, good, steamy, hard sex that's comfortable for everybody, but everything's on the table until it's not. The love making is more of like, I've desired you for a long time.
See, here's the thing. I can't separate the two. Meaning like,
I can.
Meaning like, it's too, to me, it's too, like, that, like, I can't go into a sexual session and go like, oh yeah, I'm going to have rough sex or I'm going to have soft, sensual lovemaking. To me, it's like both. It's not one or the other. It's like, for this 2 minutes, it might be soft and sensual.
Well, don't you let her
then,
kind of fucking...
Well, yeah, I'm reading
let
the
her,
tempo. Yeah,
she's driving the carriage.
Well, there's a dance. No one's really driving. It's like, if anyone's driving, it's me, I'd say. But I'm also driving based off of the road.
I'm
and
holding
she's
the
road.
horses. You tell me how fast you want to go.
Okay.
And I'll just steer.
Interesting. I'm trying to read them the whole time. I'm driving, but they're the road. So I'm trying to read the road and how the road's reacting to the driving.
Okay.
And then I adjust the driving based on how the road reacts. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, we're sort of saying the same thing. I think I'm more far on both sides, and you're more in the middle.
Yeah. Somewhere in the middle.
Or maybe it's the other way around.
It's tough to say.
I don't know. Pull your pants down. Let's find out.
Let's get to the bottom of this.
No pun intended.
Yeah. No. Yeah. How do we get into me fucking?
Started out with pedophilia, and then we.
Oh yeah. So basically, yeah, there's a difference between understanding, hey, this person that is eating people or fucking kids or whatever, you insert the horrible thing. There's an interesting experiment that you can do with your brain and empathy to go like, wow, if I was this exact person with their exact DNA, exact experiences, and exact brain, I would do the exact same thing. Like, we're just victims of circumstance. You know what I mean? It's just like, genuinely, we have control over so little about ourselves, and then we credit ourselves or have pride about it. And it's like, I didn't choose any of that, you know?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, your program was made the moment your DNA was mixed.
Yeah. It's like, well, some people say DNA is like the actual superior life form of the planet, that's using us to continue on.
I've seen Jurassic Park. I know that DNA is how... So here's what I'm thinking about doing. Check this out. I'm going to beat off into a vial.
Okay, okay.
And then dig like a hole.
Yeah.
And then put that in there. And then just wait 100 million years. And whatever's walking around from now is going to find it. Right? And they're going to...
What do you reckon they're going to do
make
with it?
Me. And I'm going to walk around like this, I'm going to fucking chase people. And they'll be like, Jeff Donn.
Or maybe it'll
Human Park.
maybe it'll just be like it'll probably just deteriorate and the ants will end up like eating it.
Yeah. Well, that could happen too. But then they find the ants.
Okay.
Not the uncles, but the ants. But then I become walking around anyway. But anyway, it's an idea. So St. Patrick's Day's coming up. What do you got planned?
No, I don't know. I don't know. It's the anniversary of me getting raided.
What?
Yeah, well, on that day.
I got raided on St. Patrick's Day.
Raided?
Yeah.
By what?
The police.
What were they looking for?
They thought I was growing mushrooms.
Is it true?
No, I had some mushrooms, like, some possession, but I wasn't growing any. But they sure did run in here and, throw me in jail.
Last
and all that.
year?
But no, multiple years ago. Not the 1 year anniversary. It's probably like the 5 year anniversary or something.
Did you get in
6
trouble?
year. Nah, I went to jail for the day, bailed out, went into court, and they basically kind of threw it out if I like took a drug class or something because they didn't really have much. They said that I was flushing drugs down the toilet. They smashed it with a sledgehammer, my toilet, just to make me buy a new one. They acted like they would get something out of it, but
They smash your toilet with a sledgehammer?
yes.
Why wouldn't they just look through it? A
Well,
toilet's
because-
pretty not intricate.
Yeah, they acted like right, yeah.
You mean
Once you
'cause-
take the lid and the tank up, it's over.
I see what you're saying. I just figure like once you flush it, everything is down underneath the toilet. Like you can't get to it anymore.
It was
I wouldn't think
literally
so.
not
It's
for
liter-
search.
I know
it,
it's
it
China.
was being punitive.
It's cops was here written on the wall. It's like a
Well, and-
fucking
Mike.
yeah, dude.
That's exactly it. The perfect analogy.
Pieces of shit.
Yeah. When they raided his house, they wrote on his wall, "Cops was here."
Why'd they raid your house?
The
Me
gay
and my
porn,
dad were growing
terabytes,
weed.
dude. Terabytes of
Terabyte.
gay porn.
Shit.
Wait, what?
Back when gay was illegal.
Yeah, me and my dad grew some weed for a couple of years, and eventually we got caught. And
Father son bonding.
yeah, in the grow room, after they had taken everything out of it, they wrote on the wall, "Cops or the police was here." WUZ.
Where'd they write that?
What on the wall of the flowering room?
Isn't that pretty good, dude?
That's actually kind of gangster.
I know.
I'm glad that happened to you. I'm not glad it happened to you.
Right.
But I'm glad that they
It's
did
It's
that.
kind of it's kind of funny.
It's pretty good.
They also like tore my room up completely. Like
Edward.
it looks like a tornado went off, but they like cleared a space in the middle, and they put my bong right in the very middle of my room as like I don't know, like this is why we're here. Kind of I don't know what it was for.
Like I want to go to Jared Fogel's fucking house and just see in spray paint, but like in like bad spray paint. Like FBI was here.
You
know?
just probably see like a bunch of finger painting.
By the way, he's about to get out of prison.
Is he?
Really?
He did 17 years and he got
What?
Uh,
Is it
It's
been
that long?
17
No way.
years?
he got
We're old,
convicted.
bro.
Yeah, we're getting old. He got convicted
Fuck.
in 2010.
Wow.
Holy shit! It just can't be right.
He was fucking kids too, right?
Yeah, I was paying attention to that because I was kind of pissed off. I met him.
Oh, for real? Did
At
you
the
work
kid
for the
fucking convention.
I have a fucking Jared Fogle story. This is so weird. I met
Damn it! We already did pedophilia. All right, whatever. Go back.
How many shows have you done with 2 pedophilia stories?
Probably most.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah. Well,
Probably more than we care to
right,
admit.
right.
Honestly, bro.
I'm one shy
Let's not
of
check
meeting.
the
I'm one
metrics.
shy of meeting the par.
Let's go for 3. Go
Anyway,
ahead.
so check this out. So me, Mark, a guy named Jim Matusky, best friend, Dustin, best friend. 4 of us. We went to the
I
Baltimore.
like to imagine that he always refers to him like that, Mike. Like he'll be like, "Hey, this is Mike. This is Justin. This is a guy named Jim."
Yes.
I like that.
So we went to the Baltimore convention for a car show. It was a snowy, like fucking
Are you in the
January
cars?
day. Not they were. I wasn't.
Okay.
I was the best friend that wasn't into music and cars like they were. They played all in a band together, and they were into cars. I just went with
You
it.
were just hanging.
Well, they were funny, so
Yeah.
I just my job is to collect all the funny people on earth, or smart people, and then just keep them in my club. I don't
Okay.
care what the fuck they
Smart,
like.
Smart.
Yeah. It makes for better conversations. So I went to that, dealt with it. So we went to Hooters down at the harbor, which was there at the time. And the Colts had Peyton Manning. You guys just drank at the same time. Kiss.
We're in
Um,
sync. Our
the
periods are linked up
Colts
right now.
were playing. I'm sorry. the Patriots were playing the Raiders.
Look at this guy.
To go to the Super Bowl. And it's the game that the tuck rule came in. It was snowing.
Oh, fuck.
And
2002 or
Jared was with an entourage of like 12 people. We didn't know it until the server told us. We're like, why is everyone yelling at them? She's like, that's Jared from Subway. And we're like, and he was huge.
They're yelling
because
he keeps jerking off those 12 kids he's with.
So I go into the bathroom. Anyway.
Huge physically or huge in like popularity?
Both. I'll tell you both.
Fuck.
So he had like 11 people with him. The whole bar was rooting for the Patriots to beat the Raiders.
Yeah.
But he was rooting for the Raiders. So we went into the bathroom. I went into the bathroom and he was already at the stall. And I mean, I'm not saying he was a pedophile towards boys because he only got arrested for doing it to girls. But I'm a 16-year-old kid and I'm pissing next to someone I know is famous that I see on commercials. And I look over. I mean, I'm 6 foot. I'm 6 foot tall. He must have been 6'2", and he's still big. He's a big guy. And
Girthy? Girthy?
I couldn't look at his penis. I didn't have the courage. But I was like, fuck, I'm pissing next to Jared Fogle. Like, this is cool. And then 10 years later, I find out it ain't cool. I'm pissing next to a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's my Fogle story. But it's a true story.
Yeah, you and Jared Fogle were touching each other's dicks in the same room.
Within a meter of each other.
Yeah.
Jared Fogle, facts real quick. He is 6'2", by the way. Pretty tall.
Nailed it.
Jeff's
like 6.5, slightly to the left. Check those stats for me.
2015 is when he got arrested. He was like doing the thing.
And this was like 2004 when I met him.
99 to 2015, dude. He had been doing this shit
for
a
long time.
What was he doing?
Fucking girls? Fucking little girls?
So, yeah, little 14.
I don't know if he was fucking them or if he was like
no,
just had the
them.
stuff. Like,
so
the porn.
He wasn't the only one that went to prison.
It was like a ring.
Actually, I'll tell you something really cool.
That makes sense.
So I worked at a place called Triton.
How do they find each other, these pedophiles?
Chat rooms.
Well, I can't help you on that.
I have one last fact after he's done. Sorry.
No, you go.
Well, real quick, it's just where he's born. And this is me being a dickhead. He's born in Indianapolis. Only pieces of shit are from Indianapolis who actually
I kind of believe that.
Yeah, dude. I don't know why.
It's almost like they don't have anything else going on.
There's nothing going on there.
So they just decide that children are happening.
God damn it. Okay, go ahead.
Sick fucks. Anyway, so I'm going to Indiana next month.
Why?
Yeah, don't.
To live.
Don't.
Love that.
No, I'm kidding. I was just building off the sick fucking joke we were all making.
Don't do it.
So, all right, real quick. When I worked, I was a manager for a security company, and we basically provided security for all kinds of businesses like marinas, apartments, whatever you needed security for, hotels. And one of our staff members who worked dispatch during the week, he was actually the deputy chief of police for Virginia, for one of the counties. I don't remember which one anymore. And he told me, I asked him, I said, and this was when he got arrested. This was 10 years ago. I said, how the hell did they catch him? He said, I said, was it a wiretap? He said, no. They bring dogs into your house.
They can smell a little boy cum or what?
Well, no. Apparently, the police can make dogs sniff hard drives.
Oh, I was so curious where that was
found
going.
his hard drive in his basement under the ground. The dogs all were barking at it. So they dug up, not much. They didn't have to go deep. He didn't think he never thought, he was hiding from his family. So it was just like a piece of hard drive and then like a tile on top.
Wow.
They have dogs that don't sniff for drugs. They have dogs that sniff for hard drives. That's how they catch people who are hiding things on their computers. Huh. When you think your computer is got all this shit and you download it and delete it all and you do a good delete, that hard drive is findable to dogs. You're not fucking ever safe. Don't ever do anything wrong.
That's crazy.
He blew my mind. He told me that. He said that's how they got it. I was impressed.
Wow. I wonder what it smells like. Like, what the fuck could they even be smelling of the thing?
Well, you sound like Jared Fogle.
But like, when
Kinda
you
making
smell
me
a
nervous.
drug or something, like there's like, you know, drugs smell like something. Like plastics and
There's
metals.
a part of me that
Yeah, but
worries.
smell like much.
think everything smells like something anyway,
For sure.
right?
For
so
sure.
if a dog is intelligent enough, you know, a canine or a German Shepherd is
You can
trained.
smell the sadness of the children in the downloaded
Jesus
files.
Christ.
I mean, any spice, any material, anything you make this dog obsessed with. Apparently, a hard drive has a smell.
Wild. Just wouldn't have guessed that.
Wouldn't
either.
have. If there was a joint next to it, probably wouldn't have fucking even known it.
No, yeah. Imagine you gotta just train
weird.
for one thing.
So there's this this is a sidestep, and there's one joke I want to say about it that I got from the internet. It's not even my joke, but it needs to be said. Did you guys see the Down syndrome lawyer? There's an attorney.
But it's real?
Yes. Do a little goog.
No, I have not seen.
Just do a little goog. Down syndrome lawyer. See if I'm wrong here.
That's short for Google.
But people were like, you know, making DEI jokes and about how like it's too inclusive, you know, we're doing too much, and then someone's like, it's all fun and games until the judge yells recess and she starts running around in circles. I was like, bro, I was dying for so long. Another joke I heard that is not mine that was so funny. It was like a conversation between two guys, and the guy goes to guy A goes to guy B. Yeah, my wife crashed my Camaro earlier, and he shows him a picture. It's all mangled up the car, and the guy B goes, "Is she hurt?" And the guy A goes, "Not yet. She's hiding in the bathroom still." Probably not the best joke to do with the Gabby Petito stuff earlier, but you know,
No, but it's
we'll cut it. We'll splice it in.
I like it.
Did I make that up? Is there a retarded lawyer?
Okay.
I like it.
All I have that coming up is Anna Victoria Espino. She's got a lot of name here. D. Santiago.
Jesus
First Down syndrome
Yes.
lawyer.
Yeah, the
She's
first
from
one.
Mexico.
The
It's
first
like a
one.
lady. She's 25.
Yeah, first one. So that's why I heard about it, because it was like a big deal. She's one of those people who barely has it, though. You know, like beat it, kind of. Just has the face.
I'm trying to get a picture.
You know what I'm talking about? They just have the face sometimes.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
just have the face sometimes. It's usually like in the eyes.
They got the bulldog eyes.
Hey, you got something going on there, the bulldog eyes.
That you were talking about.
That's right, Alice. I can't get a picture. The internet.
Yeah, it's fine. But it does exist, is my point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anna Victoria Espino de Santiago. A lot of words there. And then maybe Esquire at the end, I guess, because she's a fuck. I don't know how that works. Oh, here we go. Oh no, she's downed up. She's downed up.
Yeah, I mean, again, the
Like
face.
she's. Oh, I guess I could put it up there. I forget.
Wait, turn it back around.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she's got issues.
Put here. She's got issues.
Yeah.
There you go. There it is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there I go.
We don't need to put this on the podcast.
No, we won't. We
Not
won't.
not for people to see anyway.
No, but yeah, it
But they can
exists, is
Google it
my
if they want.
point. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, she definitely
She's not slight though. It's not like a touch
Yeah.
of the tism. It's she's full blown.
I wouldn't.
You don't think?
She's got a little bit.
Do y'all know about Balin, the girl with Tourette's?
No.
No. I mean, there's a lot of people have Tourette's, but there's this girl, Balin, who got pretty famous on TikTok because her Tourette's is so bad. Anyways, they have this whole show about her, dude.
Do you always believe?
No, that's what I was going to get at. I mean,
Yeah, there's definitely fakers. What was her tick?
well, dude, she has some very elaborate and in-depth ones, full sentences. Joe Biden was sucking a penis in the Oval Office, you know? I'm on a safari. That's a baby penis. Like, it's just like, she'll just scream vagina. She'll be like, deep, beep. You know?
See, that part I get. But the long sentence,
I know.
I'm fault. Like
The
if
people
it
I've
was,
met that actually have Tourette's, they don't
That's
act like that.
Well, they say that. Well, they mention that in the show. They say that Tourette syndrome is this thing. She has a specific thing of Tourette's, which is the one where they yell out obscenities and stuff. A lot of them are motor tics, though. You know, like like physical.
That's what I'm
yeah. So
seeing.
that's what I would say is
Most.
the girl that I met that definitely had Tourette's. It was more like ticky
Yeah. Uh-huh.
and touchy.
Yes.
And she'd maybe mumble something that didn't make sense, but it wasn't for like like a sentence. It wasn't
Yeah.
dramatic.
Yeah,
Never saw a
yeah.
full sentence. Usually like 2 or 3
Hers
words.
is
I could
crazy.
see.
Hers is one of the worst I've ever seen.
That's why I say I don't know.
And she even said, she's like, well, the cameras being around does make my tics act up more. So it's like, well, so if it makes your brain, because I guess it's just your brain doing it. But
I guess.
and then she has this boyfriend, and it's like you have to, if you're him, you have to wonder it sometimes. Like, yeah, is this the thing, or are you just doing this sometimes, or at least exaggerating it? You know. I don't know, especially when you found out it's a meal ticket, you know, and you can get paid, getting a show about you and shit.
I'd do it. I'd fucking do it.
It's pretty extreme. What's your biggest fear?
Falling. Falling off a tall building. I think about it all the time. It wakes me up.
Really?
Swear to God.
Bro, I have night terror sometimes where I wake up screaming. You want to talk about...
What are you dreaming of?
Sometimes I remember, sometimes I don't. It's usually either someone trying to kill me, some type of dark switch up at the end of a dream. But a lot of times I don't remember, but I wake up screaming. And if I'm with somebody, you want to talk about alarming? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wake up screaming, and it takes me a second to realize that I'm back in the fucking room. Yeah, it's actually pretty sad. It's like my subconscious is tortured somehow, you know?
You ever worry about falling?
No, only because...
You know, there's only 2 things...
I'm not on tall buildings that often.
Falling is when you're born, the only thing... Like, all of your phobias are developed as you learn. As a Homo sapien, as a human, you're only scared of 2 things.
Snakes?
Loud, alarming noise, and falling and then everything else is developed. Like, I'm afraid of spiders, but you're not born afraid of spiders.
Right.
I've been afraid of falling my whole life.
I feel like as long as you don't get up there, you don't got to worry about it.
Yeah, but I got to
here.
get on a plane to fucking go see shit.
Well, luckily they've all been crashing lately.
I'm not scared of heights. I'm scared of falling.
Yeah.
Oh, weird.
Luckily,
I'm scared of heights, but I'm also scared of falling. But I feel like it's
One and the same.
they kind of
Not afraid of
they
heights.
go together.
I could be fucking on the moon if I don't have to go to the edge. I'm afraid of edges. I don't want to fall.
Edge.
I don't want to fall to my death.
The edge of the moon is so funny.
Give me a heart attack. Don't let me fall to my death. That's my
heart
fear.
attack is gonna suck.
So apparently, a heart attack feels like a car parked on your chest.
Yeah, that doesn't sound great.
That's what I'm told.
Yeah. Are you scared of dying?
No,
No.
not anymore.
Why?
I've had an excellent life thus far. I plan on having excellent second half, but I don't fear. I wasn't afraid of being born because I didn't know I was going to be born.
Sure. I've heard that theory. Yeah, it's like
so if you die,
if it's the same.
When you die, you don't know you did.
You hope, or that's your theory. I mean,
Yeah.
we don't know that that's true.
You don't know you died.
We don't know that that's true.
I do.
There's just no proof.
No, but I believe it.
Right. As long as there's just no.
No
it's
proof,
just as likely
no proof,
as anything else.
It's just my. It's just
yeah.
my thought.
I don't think it's wrong. Yeah, I was just saying that no one has any more proof than anyone else, which is why they're all.
If I died tomorrow, of course I'd be. I mean, the only thing I wouldn't be around to be sad for my family. I would hate that my family might be sad.
If I died tomorrow, the world would flood with tears of women. There would just be 400 women at my funeral crying, and then like 40.
You're killing it.
And then like 40 dudes cheering. You know, happy as hell I'm not here.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen so much cool shit, and I want.
You're ready to check out.
No, I'm not ready to check out. I want to live to be 100. But if I died tomorrow, I've done more than most people my age. And I'm going to an island in the Caribbean this May. I go to Ireland in September. And then the year after that, I'll do more shit. I'll just keep piling it on.
Sure.
Eventually, I'm just building rocking chair memories.
Yeah.
So my ultimate goal, if I can live long enough, is to be 55, 60 in a rocking chair. And I don't need my phone. I don't need a fucking television. I don't need. If family or buddies want to visit me, come fucking on. But I'll just sit there and I'll
I'll
just
just be in
stare
my chair.
at all the things I've seen and done,
Yeah.
and who I've seen them with, and who I've done it to.
Yeah. I'd like to. Yeah, I like to collect experiences myself. I like to.
I know you do.
I feel like
You're better at it than me, to be honest.
Well, I don't think
I'm like you, but on a shorter scale. You're a little more extreme in a positive way.
I'm sending it.
You
I'm trying
always
to send
it,
dude. I'm trying.
That's why I like you. I mean, it's one of the reasons I really like you. Like, you are like, I'm gonna experience everything there fucking is. I can't quite get to that mindset because I get nervous.
Anxiety.
Like, I mean, I
yeah.
can do a lot, but like, I mean, I can't go to a foreign land and do a foreign substance
You
and
ever
be
been to
around
Disney
people I've
World?
never been. Huh?
You ever been to Disney World?
Twice.
See, I haven't done that. Is it good?
I went as a child and as
Both
a
times?
teenager.
Okay. So you haven't been as an adult.
No.
Mike, have you been as an adult?
Disney World?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No. Like
The answer is
Hearing
yeah, the
conflicting
answer is
stories,
yes.
that it's good.
But I did Magic Kingdom. I was a kid both times. Like,
Right.
now I'd want to go to Epcot. Now I'd want to go to Wild Kingdom.
I want to go to Universal. I went there. As
I've
a
been to
kid. That
Universal
was
3
fun.
times.
See, that was fun. I was there probably like 12 or something.
But never as an adult.
Never as an adult.
Last time I did was 16. And
they're-
it was a
they're-
lot of fun.
They're
But
the best rides in the country. Basically, it's like the most money in.
well, it
them
blows your
anyway.
mind.
It's like-
It plays with your.
That's what I
I like
like.
things that play with your mind.
Me too. The virtual ones and
Yes.
shit, dude. They're really impressive. They're
Like,
trippy.
I'm done with roller coasters. Now I want you to fuck. I don't need my body to pump adrenaline. I mean, I like it. I love adrenaline. It's why I hunt. But I would prefer something that brings me out of reality.
You hunt?
tree stand or
I've
stalk?
got a trophy.
I didn't even know you hunted.
Yeah, I've got a trophy rack hanging on my wall.
Wow.
From a tree stand or a stalk?
Both.
Yeah, stalking's hunting.
So-
Tree stand's not hunting.
He has
Tree
a firm stance.
True, and I'll tell you why that's true.
Thank
There
you.
you go.
Come
so
on.
the trophy that I have was from a tree stand. It was from or a blind. I was not in the woods. I was actually outside of the woods. We knew the deer, and we had feed 100 yards out, so we knew the deer was going to walk out. Come sun, as the sun sets, they walk out. So I'm just fucking killing deer like a video game. But my father taught me how. But that was a luxury that a friend gave me when I was a kid with my dad. What we would do was you go into the woods, you go deep into Cumberland, you go way up the mountain, and you find a trench, and then you find a tree. You brush all the leaves off. So that way you can move around and not make noise. And you had a shotgun, not a rifle. See, a rifle you can kill a deer from 150 yards away, which is what I have done. But a shotgun is close up, and it's got to walk up. I mean, it's got to be walking by you. So when you're standing with your ass sitting on a tree stump, and then a deer is walking by and doesn't even realize you're sitting there, to shoot that, the adrenaline was ×2.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've never been.
That was a good hunt. Both of them. But yeah, you never been hunting?
No. No.
Would you ever wanna?
Yeah, I'd like to.
So all you gotta do is get your to not get legally in trouble. All you gotta do is take a hunter safety course.
Yeah, I would. I wouldn't want to do it illegally.
It's about 10 hours, but you get the license and it's forever.
It's forever.
Yes.
Wow. They don't make you redo it, huh?
Nope.
Maybe I'll go.
They just want to make sure you're not out of your mind. It's 10
Wow.
hours to see if you're gonna put the gun in your mouth.
One
and pull the
time.
trigger.
Fucked.
Then we're done. That's all. You
I'm
just got to pass the test
Yeah.
one time. That's crazy.
Yeah, one time. Well, I mean,
That's
after
crazy.
one time, they figure if you haven't, jerked off
Man, dude,
during the
your
10 hours,
your
then you're
brain's
probably
a
not gonna
wild
go.
thing that can do a crazy change on you, and you can go from a regular fucking person to bat shit out of your mind, and you didn't know it was even coming. that's the crazy thing about brains. So to test anyone one time,
Well, it's like a boater's
like
license.
Kind of nuts.
You only have to take the boater safety course once.
Yeah, no,
and you get a boater's license forever.
Well, I get it to a point. I mean, and the same thing with
They
cars.
just want to make
Yeah,
sure.
driver's license, too.
Dog,
They
we
just want to
need
make
be
sure you
double
weren't.
checking
At
after a
60
while.
for sure.
No, they're not checking to see if you stay normal. They want to make sure you weren't born retarded.
Right, that's fair. But also, like, dude, I get it when it was like, I don't know, back in the day. Like, there's just too many motherfuckers on the road. Like, and brains are like, I don't know if they're different or like if they're weaker now, or if we just didn't know what they were doing back in the day. We didn't fucking.
Yeah. I didn't know you like to get wet.
What do you got there? What do you got there, huh?
Some PCP. Dude, I smoked PCP once. I smoked PCP one time, and I went and I got it somewhere. I smoked it, and I didn't like it, so I left. And I'm driving home on Route 100, and everyone's flying past me. So I'm like, there must be like an ambulance coming up behind me or a fire truck or something, right? And then I just like realize I'm doing like 15 miles an hour, and everyone else is just doing the speed limit. And I'm thinking they're running from something because I was thinking that I was going to. Dude, I was not a fan of PCP.
I couldn't even fucking imagine doing PCP.
No, it's not It's a weird drug.
That's got to be the hardest drug you ever did.
What do you mean hardest? I shot heroin.
Okay, then
That's basically the
Have
most...
you?
What? That was my main thing.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, for years. From 16 years old to 20 years old, I was injecting heroin into my veins all day long.
Maybe that's why I didn't see it for a little bit.
Yeah. That's why I wasn't around back then.
I've done coke a couple times, mushrooms once.
You stay away from IV heroin. If I could give you some advice,
I won't go into that.
Yeah.
I mean, I won't do it. Coke was probably one of the funnest drugs I think I've ever. You know who hates coke? Liars.
What do you mean? Oh yeah,
It's the most fun drug you can fucking do on earth.
Yeah.
But mushrooms was a conquest that I finally smashed. I think I brought it up in our last talk. Maybe I don't remember.
Yeah. You did.
But
and you got to give
mushrooms-
them another run.
Yeah. Well, I invited you on a sort of. So when I asked you if you wanted to go camping, it was because I can only ask a select few who want to have a wild time. Not a wild time, but like a time that they could experience what's gonna what could happen. And that was why I asked you.
When is it?
So you're still invited, but it's the 12th. My vacation starts 12th, the 14th.
Yeah, the problem is that I'm working weekends now, so I work Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 6 to 6. So I'm shot for the next couple months, and then I'm back on regular shift.
Where are you working? Government contract. Sweet.
I've been there for years.
Top pay.
Yeah, maybe we'll bleep it so people don't send hate mail there. We can bleep Harvey's name, and then
do that.
That's fine. We'll bleep that. Can you write down the time, Mike? Right around here. We're gonna bleep my work and then somebody's name right before this. A little bleep action. What time are we at? Where are we at?
1:10, but I think I started the thing early, so I don't know, maybe like an hour.
Okay, all right.
Work name and some name.
Yeah, well, right. It's Harvey.
Harvey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what are you gonna do for St. Patrick's Day? So I am off. Moose is off. We both took the next day off to go hard. If you have, Mike, and this goes for you too, bro. If you guys have no plans, you ought to hang out with us on St. Patrick's Day.
What are you doing?
We might do some crazy shit.
What day of the week is it?
It's a Monday.
Okay. Well, now that I'm off during the week, maybe I could.
I forget. You have to. You have to see what happens to Moose on a day like that.
Mm.
I mean, me too. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm a blast, but he is the next gear, a gear that most people can't meet. You're probably one of the few that can actually meet that care. And I mean that
I'd
as
be interested.
I mean
yeah.
that as a motherfucking compliment.
I appreciate
What
that.
time
I'll
are we
take it.
starting?
But-
What's the deal? What's happening?
Well, we'll get into specifics as we get closer. But anyway, it's going to be a lot of drinking, a lot of nudity,
Nudity?
a lot
Of
of
us?
Everybody.
Everyone. I gotta
Even
be
people
naked?
even people we've run
You have
into.
to take 2 hymns before you get there.
Yes. Definitely take a hymns.
If you're not hard, you can't come in.
Yeah,
Mm.
for sure. That should be the rule everywhere, including church. Actually, I have a funny church story. So when my grandmother died, so she was Irish Catholic, classic, and we were at the funeral. We were at the church, and it was like I'm standing, and I don't believe in church. I think it's a fucking
Fair.
farce.
100%. Totally
You know,
agree.
I mean, what these 4 walls? All of a sudden, you're talking to God. Like, get
You
the
can talk
fuck
to God
outta
anywhere.
here.
You can talk to God from your house.
Right. It's all, well, it's
In
all,
the same way. It's
and there's
crazy.
someone up there who's rich, telling me,
Oh, well, yeah.
well, you know, give what you can. And this basket's going by, and I'm looking at this basket that's just filled with, you know, 5s and 10s, and I'm thinking I should just steal this shit.
Mm.
Like, why wouldn't God want me to be happy? And then, you know,
We don't know the rules, honestly. You know,
No,
at the end of
all-
the day, you could find
there
out
are
all
no rules.
churches are like the anti. Like
he didn't
God.
write. He didn't write the book.
so I got in line to get my piece of
Jesus flesh,
whatever
the man God body.
Yeah. Like I'm a
Yeah.
piece of bread that belongs to
Yikes. Yeah,
God
yeah,
and a
yeah.
sip of wine.
Yeah, the blood of the
So-
man God.
Yeah, I was so against it, but my mom's like, you gotta do it.
I grew up
You
in.
gotta
Yeah.
do it. And I was like, all right. So I get in line, and I'm waiting, and it's my turn, and I walk right up to the priest, and I walk up to the priest, and he goes, "Body of God," and that's when they put the piece of toast like on your
Yeah,
tongue
yeah.
or whatever.
You say thank you, Daddy.
I said, no. He said,
Make it awkward as fuck.
he said, "Body of God." I said, "Thanks. I don't even work out." And he
Nice.
just stared at me, and then he busted out
good.
laughing. And then I go and sit down, and I look, and he's
That's a win. That's a
he's hitting his
win.
knee. The person in front of him was waiting for their shot of wine, and I thought, yes, you know, like,
Yeah,
like,
yeah. If
that's
you get
what
a laugh, yeah.
So when they say "body of God," you say, "I don't even work out."
Hit him with the wow. I just started
It
working
worked.
out.
It worked out for me.
I heard that when they bless those crackers, is how I like to.
That's
to-
racist.
I know, I'm being a dick.
White people.
Okay. Well, whenever they
Oh,
bless
you
those
meant crackers like
when they're not eaten, like when they go through all the people, like those crackers still have to be like consumed. You can't just throw away the body of Christ or whatever
Sure,
the
sure.
body of God, however that you wanna. So like the altar boys, from what I hear, have to fucking eat those fucking things, like whatever's remaining. So like if you are planning for a big fucking whatever and like not a lot of people show up that day. Sorry, Chris and Curtis.
Well,
like,
that's
you two
crazy
gotta
'cause
eat
it's like-
all of the fucking crackers.
And
now.
imagine it is the body of God, and then they're just like getting 40 times the amount of everyone else. Like you're like extra God.
But you just can't throw away the body of Christ. You just can't throw it away.
No, yeah.
Yeah, you
But then
just-
someone has to just get a bunch of it. It's like
Why don't
you've
we just
eaten
ship
an
it to
entire
China
leg.
where those people are starving or whatever? You know what I mean?
How about not be out of your fucking mind? How about not be a weirdo? How about that this is
This
all
means nothing.
I'm in a play.
We're drinking wine at church.
I'm
Calling
in
it blood?
imagine performing in a play where there's no audience. Everyone's just in on it.
Yeah. Okay.
Like
That's fair. That's
Well,
good.
It's a waste of time.
Yeah, it's a piece of theater.
Well, right, but I'm saying if the three of us
No
were
one's
like,
watching it.
all right, turn all this off, right? And we were like, all right, let's show them our dance moves, and the three of us all dance. No one's watching, just the three of us.
That would be hilarious.
And then we turn and look in different directions. And
Dude, if us
we-
three had a dance routine, that'd be
I'm
sick.
saying that
We
sounds like a
should.
good idea.
That would be pretty good.
maybe
We
a
could-
dance routine would make this happen.
It
I
would,
mean,
it would pop. It would definitely pop.
It'll give us something to do on St. Patrick's Day. I mean, if we're all hanging out.
Yeah, we could learn a dance to break out in the middle of a bar.
How come you got uncircumcised?
On?
Yeah, the hood.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes it's like a safety thing.
Yeah, but that's why people don't get circumcised. They kind of
It's like,
they're like, yeah, I need the extra dick skin. Maybe.
I hear you have more sensitivity, and like literally, it's better if you have your foreskin like
That's what they say.
for you.
that's what they said.
As far as
So
like,
apparently, if you're
sensitivity goes,
uncircumcised, your dick rubs against your jeans and your pants like so often as a child that it
desensitizes the head.
I can see that. I can
But
see
the
that.
only thing is if
Yeah,
you,
but
if you have an uncircumcised penis, the problem is it looks disgusting.
Yes, that is the problem. Yeah.
The problem is
It's like a skin turtleneck,
sure,
dude.
Sure,
We don't. No one
feels,
wants a
it makes
What
skin
do you
feel.
mean it looks
If it feels
it
5,
is disgusting.
yeah. If it feels 5% better, it looks 50% worse.
Now, wait a minute. If I've got cheese in my cock, and I could have had that
The
prevented
cock
when I was
cheese,
born.
yeah, the schmegma, yeah.
You gotta,
Schmegma
you
is
gotta keep yourself
disgusting.
cleaned. You gotta. There's a little bit more
Ah,
steps
no,
to you cleaning
wait a
yourself.
minute. Fuck that. Wait, are you circumcised?
I'm very circumcised.
All right, so we can have a
Even if I
in-house
wasn't, dude.
conversation.
Come on.
And I apologize to those of you that aren't.
Fuck that. Fuck them. They'll
I
live.
don't have to take Parmesan off my cock when I step into the fucking tub and wash my ass. Like, I don't have to worry about that.
Yeah,
That's
foul.
something off my palate.
That's disgusting.
Could you imagine?
No,
Could you imagine?
I'd rather not.
Like rolling something back and getting stench off your dick? I'm going to throw up.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
disgusting.
Jesus.
That's not what I want. It's not what I want in this life.
Prove it.
I don't have it.
Leather turtleneck.
No,
Yeah.
prove that you don't want it.
How the fuck would I do that?
I got a guy. I'm going to call him. He'll
I
be
got
here
a
in 5
guy.
minutes.
Hey, thanks for coming, dude. Let's wrap it up. Something your parents should have done. Burn!
Oh.
Dude, fucking fried your boots. How you ever
Love
gonna
you, Mom.
recover? How you ever gonna recover from that?
Which one?
Just me burning you so bad just now, dude. I fried you.
Dude, I love you, Mom.
Mom, you're the best.
Thanks for Dad, thanks for going to a party 39 years ago, and Mom, thanks for leaving with me.
Thanks for making some unquestionable decisions. Yeah.
And thanks for the traces of ass quote. That was an interesting way of saying something. There's
Traces of ass all over the house.
All over the place.
Fuck yeah.
Clean up your ass.
I'll leave it with this. I'd rather have a full bottle in front of me than a full frontal lobotomy.
Mm.
Cool.
And we could get you both. So, I know a guy.
Shit, I'll do it.
Hey, thanks for listening. We'll be here next week. New guest, new week. Love you. Subscribe. Share it to your mom. If this doesn't work, I'll kill myself.
Damn.